April's Parents Hobby Farm. He's allowed to be wrong. He says, I told you YouTube shit was killing this show, besides the apparent numbers. That's all there is to a show, April's Parents Hobby Farm. I will try to explain this to you again, even though I know you're not interested in it. You just want to get your shit out there. I get it. You don't have a show. I understand. The numbers are all that matters. I can't tell you how many podcasts there are out there, April's Parents Hobby Farm, that I bet you think those guys are cool shit. Oh, man, those guys just sit there and bullshit, man. And nobody fucking watches it. So I don't care if you're the greatest show that's ever existed. If the number is in the single or double digits, you got dog shit. And yes, when our numbers are good, the show is good. Again, tell me when I'm telling lies. That's a thing that most people have to grow out of, I think. You know, most people get into this idea that there's an art about these things, and I can judge the art, and this art is better than this art. No. There's only two things that are real in these kind of businesses, the money and the miles. That's it. Or in this case, the views and the miles. Look, if someone gets watched a lot, they're good.
Yes.
That's just period, point blank, end of story.
What pays the bills.
I can sit here and shit on Tom Segura all day long. Is Tom Segura's show better than ours? Apparently it is.
A lot better.
A lot better.
Numbers-wise, a lot better.
By over 1 million people.
And he hates his viewers. They're peasants.
He hates his audience, and he still does a better show than us. And April's Parents Hobby Farm, if you went and watched Tom Segura's show, you'd go, this guy fucking sucks. He's terrible. He doesn't suck. It doesn't suck at all. He can make an ass of himself. We can make fun of him, sure. But he doesn't suck. He's got the numbers to back it up.
Tens of millions of viewers.
Yeah, he says, I'm just saying the show has gotten worse and I'm not the only one who sees it. That's kind of a coward's way out, too, is like, I speak for multiple people. No, you don't. The show is so fucking good. I'll tell you how I know the show is good and getting better. I love it and I enjoy it. Again, tell me when I'm telling lies. That's how I know the show is good. Nobody is a better judge of what's good when it comes to my show than me.
That's funny.
I see those sub numbers going up. I bet you April's Parents Hobby Farm probably hated Johnny and I making fun of Elisa Jordana. He probably hated that, right?
Maybe.
It's fucking crushing. It is the biggest video we've put out there since the Crystalia thing, and it's bigger than that. It's fantastic. This chat is a fucking Benjamin pornographic buttons. Citizen M says the Joe Rogan experience is objectively terrible and he's on top of the world. It's not objectively terrible. He must be really good. A lot of people like him.
I don't think he's bad.
Clay Combs says Joe Rogan has never been good at stand-up, but he sells out arenas. Lowest common denominator. Again, I don't know what metric you're using. You're saying he's never been good at stand-up. Sold out arenas disagree with you.
All over the place. Haven't you seen him before?
If a guy's killing in tiny comedy clubs and you think he's funnier, that's great. That's your opinion. Why is it so hard for some people? Why are some people so insecure that they can't just let their opinion be their opinion? You know, it's kind of like April's Parents Hobby Farm with his thing when he goes, I'm not the only one who notices. I'm sure there's millions of people who don't like what we do. There's tons of them who have come and gone. But you speak for you. And that's okay. Don't be so insecure about that. You know, people who go, no, he's objectively worse. There is no objective when it comes to comedy or shows or podcasts. It's all subjective. Again, tell me when I'm telling lies. It's all what you like.
It's a matter of opinion.
What you like. If you think Joe Rogan's a piece of shit, that's totally fine. Many millions of people disagree with you. Some people get this weird thing where if they hate something or if they don't like something, first of all, don't ever hate these shows. It's not worth it.
Just turn it off.
Yeah, if they don't like the show and the show does well, it bothers them for some reason. Tom Segura, his subs could take off tomorrow. Good for Tom.
I sometimes, a lot of it I think is because you started small town radio and people they like to still think that it's small and like close and their thing. It's not
my thing anymore. Aaron's evolving his show and growing it. I'm mad about that.
I can understand that to a point.
Brother, I didn't do that to you. I mean, it's fine if you don't like that. Again, tell me when I'm telling lies. Clay Combs says, what about Dane Cook? Again, people are going to hate me for this take. You cannot make the money he made and suck. You can call it lowest common denominator. That's your opinion. You can say it's terrible. That's your opinion. It does not change the fact that he was very good and successful. It was Dane Cook's day for about 2 or 3 years for a while there. And he made a ton of money. Don't act like this is insecurity, Aaron. Damn you. Well, you adding damn you at the end kind of makes it sound like insecurity.
A little bit.
Yes, Dane Cook was a very successful comedian, so he was very good at it. Your job as a comedian is not to, be as righteous as Bill Hicks or this and that. Your job as a comedian, it's not this poet laureate. It's not this amazing, like, you have to be George Carlin. All you have to do here, there are no rules in comedy. The rule is people show up, you make them laugh. If a comedian shows up and the people there laugh, that means you're good at it. I know some comedians don't like to hear that. You know what comedians don't like hearing that?
What?
The ones who don't make people laugh.
Yep.
They're so fucking brilliant. You wouldn't believe it, guys. I started out emceeing in bars, and I'll tell you, those bars are full of traveling road comics who are just fucking geniuses who have bombed at the Benton Station in Sauk Rapids, okay? Again, tell me when I'm telling lies.
Ouch.
They are, oh my God, they're so brilliant. They're so fucking good. And they can't make a bunch of hillbillies laugh who paid $10 to get in there. They can't do it. I bet you take your comic that you think is so fucking good, and Dane Cook sucks shit. You put him in the rooms that Dane Cook has played, he'd shit his pants and walk off the stage.
Yes.
He'd go to Madison Square Garden and go, holy shit, I don't fucking belong here. I have to sabotage it. I have to bomb tonight. Look, was I a Dane Cook fan?
No.
No.
Not at all.
I wasn't. But I'm also not a jealous little cunt. Again, tell me when I'm telling lies.
He's successful.
I'm not an insecure, jealous little cunt. He was very good at what he did. You can't say he sucks. The thing he was supposed to do was go to groups of people and make them laugh. And he drew some of the biggest crowds that anybody has ever drawn ever. Why should that bother you? Like, that should not upset you. That should not be, that statement I'm making should not upset you in the least. That should either go, I was a Dane Cook fan. I'm glad he said that. Or you could be, I don't really like Dane Cook. I don't give a shit.
That's usually how I am.
None of you, again.
I don't listen when I don't like things.
Right. I've said this before. There are some people who listen to this show who I'm doing it to make you laugh and entertain you, but I'm also going to help you. By God, if I have to drag you kicking and screaming, I'm gonna help you. And you're going to stop taking, it's comedy for God's sake. It's funny. It's not supposed to be so serious.